Hey skiers, it's Bob with SkiEssentials.com. Welcome to our 2026 ski test. We've got a Head Core 93 TIW for you today. It's an all-new ski representing an all-new line from Head. The Core series has been around for a while, but has traditionally relied on carbon-based construction in order to generate an uncommon blend of lightweight and stiff flex. They have now moved away from that completely. This is a really 100% different ski than the Core that you have known in the past. Now we're relying on 2 sheets of metal. So we've moved from 2 sheets of carbon to 2 sheets of metal in the construction. A little bit different of a wood core and a different shape and profile as well, leading to just an entirely new feel. So if you've been a Core 93 skier or 91 skier in the past would be the appropriate replacement here, and you love that energy, you love that carbon feel and that snap and that pop, I strongly suggest that you try this one out before you buy it because they are so different feeling. Sometimes when a ski kind of changes subtly over the years but keeps the same name, you can kind of keep going with that ski and be comfortable on it. But this is something that is vastly different. So make sure you take that into account before making your purchase. But they are a lot more all-encompassing than they were in the past. I think that a lot of skiers found that blend of carbon stiffness and that lighter weight not to be suitable for all skiers. This is going to be more well-rounded for more skiers, and I think that's Head's aim in this change, is that they're really looking to get more people on the skis without too many surprises. The older Cores were surprising to say the least because they were so grippy and energetic and poppy, but light, and so these definitely have a more dense and damp feel to them that is just more consistent with other, intermediate through expert level skis that have 2 sheets of metal in them. But really well-rounded all-mountain ski here. They've done a great job in year one at kind of solidifying the feel and character of this ski. We are built with a poplar wood core, but we also get PET stringers in here. So PET is basically recycled plastic bottles, and then they press it back together and make stringers out of it. And we've seen it in other skis. Head Oblivion, the big wide twin tips that are athlete driven, they use PET in their cores. So it's not like a brand new thing. We see it in Vocal Blaze series of skis as well. So anytime that you're able to keep the performance of a ski consistent and use recycled materials, I think that's a good thing. We also get those 2 sheets of metal, one on top, one on bottom of the core. And then we get a strip of graphene as well as a flax-based top sheet. So the flax helps with keeping the vibrations down. It does dampen the ski a little bit, and it also adds durability and resistance to scratching and chipping. So really nice construction coming out of this thing for year one. A lot of sophistication, not surprising given Head's reputation and their race room. So I think that their high-end, their real R&D development comes into these Core series of skis even in year one. So pretty cool stuff here from Head. This is the 170 centimeter length, and on the scale here we are at 1,681 grams. So not too heavy. I think they still keep that lightweight feel into the ski, but a different flex pattern for sure. Definitely a little bit more, subtle versus that stiffer flex of the older Cores that were carbon powered. And then shape and profile, this ski uses a 14.7 meter turn radius and has quite a bit of camber to it as well. So they're really building in the energy to the ski there, but a relatively shorter effective edge. They do have a little bit more dramatic taper, so the widest part of the ski is brought down, and that's kind of where your side cut starts, leading to good flotation. Even for a 93, these are pretty good floaters. And then you can see that spoony taper shape in the tail as well. So that effective edge is kind of shorter, and that leads to that 14.5 or so meter turn shape. And then kind of nice and sharp in the tail there, makes it easy to release turns in softer snow. But I think that for the profile, that camber energy is really the big thing here, making this thing just really, really energetic and poppy. We have some tester feedback here. Bryce Ziccarelli notes that this ski initially felt like it would be pretty confident in variable conditions. It didn't chatter on the boilerplate ice and held an edge with confidence. I didn't feel it was too energetic out of the turn that may charge and that may change in softer groomer conditions. So I think that, you know, when you're getting on firmer snow, having to push through that camber can be a challenge. So that's where you're seeing more of an advanced expert level designation to this ski, and I think it makes sense, you know, even though it's still pretty light. But I think that for a mid-90s ski, it's really well-rounded, and you're able to go on and off trail. You know, it is soft enough to be useful in the moguls and in the trees, but I think most people are still going to stick to groomers a lot and utilize that wider bodied platform and take advantage of that width when the groomers get cut up towards the end of the day or conditions change. I think it's really nice having that, you know, that mid-90s underfoot width. And then if you choose to be more adventurous, then it's going to be able to keep up with you off trail as well. So make sure you check out this all-new Head Core 93 Ti W here at SkiEssentials.com, and we'll see you out there on the hill. Bye.